Hi, this is Nick at Atlantic Laser Scanning. Today we're going to be using FARO Scene to register a road scan project. Now, the scan project used sphere targets for the reference points for registration. You can do road scanning without them, depending a lot on what your surroundings are. But today we've got a project that used the sphere targets. So we're going to go through the process, the workflow of registering it. Then we're going to use this same data and make another video showing how to get rid of the vehicle traffic that we caught in the scan. Very common when you're out doing this type of work. And then finally, we're going to use this same data to show how to measure power lines. So first, we're going to get started with the registration. Because we used sphere targets, we have to tell FARO Scene that we did. We've got to go into processing. And when we hit processing, it's going to bring the screen up. We go to the left-hand corner for processing scans. So we just grab the main scans folder, and you can see there it encompasses all of our scans. And we're going to go to configure processing. Now, the only thing that we need to be really concerned with here is going to be this find targets option here. We want to make sure that sphere targets is the option that is got the check mark on it. A lot of times default, it will come up with checkerboards, but we want to get rid of that and make sure sphere targets are checked. Now, there is also concern depending on the spheres that you use. You might use a 200 millimeter sphere for road scanning. In this case, I believe if 150s were used, 150 millimeters. So we're just going to add that in. All right. And that should be anything that we have to change on that screen. We can just start with the processing. And depending on how strong your computer is, this is going to take a few minutes to maybe a half an hour. Hi, we've got our project fully registered, and you can see our results here by going through some of the different scan manager options. We've got a mean of about 7 millimeters. So that's pretty good for our road scan here. And by looking at the project, you can see why we had good results. The project was scanned with fairly close locations, one on each side of the road. Obviously, when you've got a wider road, a turn lane or a 4-lane, you're not going to be able to necessarily jump across this way, but it doesn't matter. You can go down the one side of the road and still get very good coverage of the road. But this is a very nice example of how to do something like this. What we're going to use this for next is we're going to clean off the traffic that was captured, as you saw in some of the previous video. We're going to show how we're going to get rid of the vehicle traffic, and then we're going to use that clean project to show how we can do some more things like measuring power lines. Thanks. We'll see you soon.